Welcome to the IOPS 360 platform. Today's webinar is going to cover some of the basic things that you do inside of the system, including setting up your user profile, submitting availability, and we'll talk about some shift swaps. So the first time you log into the system, you'll come to the dashboard. If you have any trouble getting logged in, contact your supervisor and they can send you a new password, or just below the login page at iops360.com, you'll see the forget password screen. Once you get logged inside the system, click on your name in the top right-hand corner. This is going to bring up your profile page. From here you have the ability to edit your profile, change any of the contact information, phone numbers, those kind of things for you, set up your email address. If you'd like to get text messages from the server, you can do that with following those prompts to set up the text messaging feature. Show you how many apps you have installed. There's the IOPS 360 app for Android and iOS. All those are available, and you'll kind of see an overview of that information on this page. From here, you'll also see the tabs for your supervisors. In case you need to get a hold of one of your supervisors, you'll have the contact information there. User roles and permissions will show you how you're set up inside the system. Full-time staff members will have the leave request. You can see your leave balances, those kind of things from here. Your education will show you if we're syncing from Continuum or the Respiratory Care Board, Board of Nursing, those kind of things, your sync status, and make sure that everything's been established there. The education sync will show you again that kind of information. Your subscriptions. Big thing here is if you want to get a shift reminder, X number of hours prior to your shift beginning, this is very valuable for the part-timers that work multiple jobs. Then you can set up the system to automatically email you, text you, send an app notification, those kind of things prior to your shift beginning, kind of give you that reminder. Another cool feature that's inside of the IOPS 360 platform is going to be the Google Calendar sync. Anytime your schedule changes on here, if you've got the Google Calendar sync established, then as soon as your calendar changes, we're automatically going to update your Google Calendar for you, and then you'll see that reflected on your iOS, your Android device, those kind of things, as soon as any changes are made. Classes and shifts will show you any of your upcoming shifts, any equipment that is checked out to you, such as a key card, badge, helmet, those kind of things you'll see under My Equipment. And then the last one out here is the emergency contact information. In case there was to be something we need to get a hold of family members, those kind of things, then that's where we can put that kind of information as well. So go through those, hit edit your profile. Again, follow the prompts for the texting, change your email address, those kind of things, and make sure we get the right notifications for you. When we click back on the home page, there's going to be a variety of things shown here. Depending on your system configuration as to which ones of these icons, which permissions you have as to which ones of these you show. But everybody will always have the schedule drop-down menu. Whether you come into the platform from a tablet, your mobile phone, or a desktop computer, you'll always see these options here. So if we scroll down just a little bit on the schedule menu, you'll see availability. Availability is going to be the days that you want to work before the calendar is created. You're going to submit all the days that you'd like to kind of request to work. If the administration needs you on that day, they'll assign you to that, and then you'll probably either get an email when that shift is assigned, or once the entire calendar's been published, you may see a mass email letting you know, hey, the calendar's been published, check your device, or log in to see what shifts you've been assigned. From this page, we've tried to make it as quick and simple as possible for you. We're going to click on as many days as you want to on the right-hand side on the calendar, and you notice that that's building a list over here on the left, 725, 726. So basically, if you want to do several first half days, you can click on those days from the calendar, set the times to your first half, and those may be a little different for your organization. If you want to change, you can do that with the sliders here as well. And then if you want to put any notes about these days, you can do that as well. And let's say coming from the we'll be a little late. Any kind of information you need that helps the administration schedule you appropriately. And so you'll notice that down here we added those 3 days, and all that note is added accordingly. So we did several first half days. We can go as far in advance as you'd like to. And we can pick a couple more days, and let's say those are all 24-hour days. When we click on the quick picks, it's going to automatically adjust the sliders, the number of hours, those kind of things for us. And then we can again click add your availability. If you need to manage your availability, take any days out, such as this one, you can click on the edit next to it. And then you'll have the ability to change the times. Again, same quick picks, notes, those kind of things. And then you can click the delete availability. You'll see the confirmation message up above, and you'll notice that the list down below has been updated. Another common thing that you may do in IOPS is request a shift swap. So again, under the schedule menu from mobile, tablet, or desktop, you can click on shift swaps. Depending on the configuration of your agency, we'll have 1 to 3 kinds of shift swaps available for you. On the first tab was My Swaps. So any swaps that you are involved with as the creator or the person that'll be covering that, you'll see that on My Swaps. So we're going to click over on the second tab to request a shift swap. You may see some information here about the number of days in advance the shift swap needs to be and whether that shift swap must be in the same work week so as to not create overtime from one employee to another. So again, there's 3 kinds of shift swaps. The first 2 are going to be if you know the specific person that you're going to swap with. And if we click on specific person, you'll see the drop down for 1 or 2 options here. A trade inside of IOPS is a user is working, let's say, a Wednesday for another employee's Thursday. Same work week, that's going to be a trade A for B. You're working mine, that person's going to cover the other shift. What IOPS 360 considers a partial shift swap is where one employee will cover the other person at another point in time. With a partial shift swap, you may have the option to go on leave and burn up leave hours. Again, your agency may have that feature turned off and it's not required. So if you know who it is and it's in the same work week, that's going to be great for a trade, just 2 users swapping. A partial, 1 employee is going to cover another for some of the shift or all of the shift, and you can hit that person back, cover that person back at a later date and time. The third kind of shift swap is going to be what we call a giveaway. This is where you'll pick your event and you'll basically broadcast out to all of these personnel inside your system that you want this day covered. So if you don't know who's going to be covering you, you're just going to broadcast out, hey, can I work, anybody that can cover the shift for me, I'd like to give it away, and they'll be able to log in, see that message, and pick up that shift. So with all of these, you're going to pick which shift that you want covered. In this case, we've got 729, the 24-hour QRV, and you're going to basically designate which hours you want to give away. Same thing if you're doing with a specific person. It's going to ask you for your event. Then you'll see the second person, whoever's going to be covering you. We'll say Matt's going to cover me. We'll have a list of all of Matt's shifts, and then we'll have the option here to submit the shift swap request. Whenever all 3 of these, whenever you hit submit, it's going to send an email to that person. They'll have the opportunity to log in, approve or deny that shift swap request. If they were to deny it, you're going to see that email and it's going to be designated inside the system under My Swaps up top. If it was to be approved by the second user, then it's going to go to administration for approval, and if they were to deny it or approve it, again, you'll see those emails. So hope this has been a helpful little webinar for you. We're going to, again, kind of in summary, we looked at availability. This is going to be the days that you want to work before the calendar's been created. We've got shift swaps. This is when after the calendar has been created, 2 personnel are going to swap to some degree. And then we also looked at how to set up your profile, change your contact information, those things. If you guys have any questions, just let us know. There's a chat icon down in the bottom right-hand side of the screen, little green icon during normal business hours. Also, the contact information for all the IOPS 360 staff is on the About Us on the homepage. Thanks again.